Okay, so imagine this. You are a content creator. You have an Instagram account with 172,000 followers. You have high engagement rates. People are commenting your every single photo like crazy. You are working as a model. You are Spanish. You live in Barcelona. You make 10,000 euros per month. And people are actually talking to you, like, giving you proposal for a date. Celebrities are writing to you, making collaboration proposals, and you live a happy life. And now imagine this. You are not real. You are actually created by an agency and you are AI. Can you imagine? You simply do not exist, but everything else is true. Hi, and welcome to The Wired Wisdom. Here we talk about today's digital marketing and tomorrow's AI innovations. Each episode of this podcast offers insights, trends, and tips for leveraging AI in your marketing strategy, making this podcast the must-listen for marketers, tech enthusiasts, and business innovators. My name is Jan, and I will be your host today. Enjoy! Hi, and welcome to the second episode of The Wired Wisdom. Today I will be speaking about moral and ethical codes in AI. I want to share with you my own experience. I will give you a few examples, about AI. I will talk about jobs that are and industries that are highly impacted by AI. And also I will mention the AI Act, which is coming, or actually is already in a signing in European Union. So as you probably already know, I actually work with digital marketing for some time. I actually started in 2016 when I left the corporate world and left the corporate position in a job in a company. So I decided to explore the world beyond the corporations and start something mine, to see how can I do. The first thing I actually did was I created the first website in 2016 actually, so it's almost 8 years ago, on WordPress, right? So I actually built it up in a couple of months, and actually I discovered my passion for web development and web design, which was pretty rare in that time, because in 2016 bloggers and people were using either a platform or they tried to code their sites, with some coding knowledge. But in general, the website development and it was not there. It was not there at the time. So the job actually the first website was online for around 6 months, when I decided, like, okay, let's explore this a little bit further. I discovered my passion for food photography as well. So I said to myself, like, okay, let's try this in a different way. So I created a food blog called Taste is Yours. Today the blog is focusing on Polish and Slovak and Czech, or in general Eastern European recipes, but that's not the case. So I created the food blog, right? The blog took over in the second year. The first 2 years it was growing very slowly, mostly from Pinterest and social media like Instagram and Facebook. And in the third year, actually it grew pretty nicely organically from Google and search engines, right? So then when I opened my digital agency in 2020, the food blog went to the actually on a shelf, right? So I shelved the project and I put like less than 10 hours per year. Just listen this. 10 hours per year actually when I opened the food blog, ran some updates, and that was it. So I haven't created new content, and I stopped working on it. This year, actually it was in springtime, around spring, I started to work with 3 other food bloggers. They are having their own food blogs. They create photography, they write recipes and so on. When I saw how much time and effort they put into creating a recipe, making nicely, laid images, and working their ass off, in scheduling content on social media like Instagram or Pinterest and so on, I said to myself, like, come on, we are living in 2023, almost 24, and there is like dozens of, platforms and tools which can, speed up this work. So you actually do not need to create content in a way that you used to do in the past. So I said to myself, like, okay, what about restarting my food blog and doing this case, like doing a case study? So in September, actually, already in end of August, I changed the layout of the food blog. So that was actually the fastest website I'd ever built. So I changed the theme and everything, and it was done in 24 hours, which was like incredible. Yeah, like, if you know how websites are built, building one in 24 hours is actually a pretty nice achievement. So thank you to me and to my knowledge, right? Okay, so I said to myself, okay, we have a new layout, and what's next? How to create content. So I took my knowledge from copywriting, food photography, food blogging, and said that, okay, I will create content only with AI. Yeah, you hear it, right? I decided to create content only with AI. So even the food images, the recipes, and everything that I publish on my food blog is AI content. So, but just so we know, I decided also to have some rules, right? So the food must be based on real data, or every recipe needs to, be fact-checked. And the image created in Midjourney, this is a tool I'm using, so every single image needs to reflect the real food. Sometimes it's pretty hard to actually create, I don't know, pork shoulder in a, cranberry sauce. But if you know how to do it, and if you use the correct prompts, it will actually happen. So majority of the images, not majority, but actually 99% of the images is actually highly reflecting the real dishes. So only in September, I published 29 pieces of content. So, just to compare, normally you would actually publish one recipe, maybe 2 recipes per week. So creating 29 recipes in 4 weeks is actually crazy, right? So just so you know, in the last 10 weeks, so September, October, and half of November, I created almost 70 recipes, which is like a job I would be doing for 2 or 3 years in real life. So yeah, 70 recipes in total, 30 in September. And how does it work? In the first 4 weeks, I doubled the traffic on my food blog. So it was, having 2,500 views per month. Now it's on 5. And the organic visibility, organic means that people are coming from Google to my site, searching for a recipe and they clicking through, so, to my blog. Organic visibility improved 4 times, which is unbelievable, right? Like taking into consideration that I invested less than 100 hours into this project, and I already see results. Lastly, I actually make money on it because I enabled Google AdSense, right? So I have, ads all over the food blog. So it actually brings money, and those money are pretty okay. Not millions and not, coconuts, but there is something, dripping slowly into my wallet. It's actually pretty awesome, right? So far so good, right? You're still with me here. I mentioned my case with AI content, right? And now let's talk a little bit about the AI model I mentioned earlier. So recently, just a few days ago, I discovered that there is an agency called the Clueless AI. They are Spain-based. I think they actually in Catalonia, in Barcelona. They decided to actually create an AI model. Looks like a real person, right? You can go to Instagram and look for Aitana Lopez or Fit Aitana, and you can see it by yourself, right? She really looks like a real person. So the agency got bored with managing several real models and clients and not keeping deadlines and so on. So they said to themselves like, okay, let's do something else. Let's do something different, right? So in a couple of months, that account has really now 172,000 followers. It's amazing. I am working my ass off and I'm growing 1 follower per week with my content, and she has 172,000, and she's fake, and she's like real, like not real. She's AI, like, come on. That's incredible. And you know what is even more crazy? That she makes 10,000 euros monthly. This is the amount of money she brings to the agency. Like now imagine you have 10 AI models. You have every entity, every language, every part of the world covered, and you multiply this amount of money. So 10 models multiplied by 10, it's 100,000 euros. I know that it's, not exponential, so it will not grow exactly the way I describe. Just to give you context, it actually is pretty awesome, right? Monetizing AI in a way that I do on my food blog is one thing, but creating a fake person and making money on that is even more crazy. Like, celebrities are DMing Aitana and, asking her, for a collaboration. Like, people are commenting. You can read through the comments. They are talking to a real person, like inviting her for dates, like, come on. And she's not real. And she's replying, or actually not replying, because she doesn't know that other people are existing, actually. There is actually a song, Aitana, Aitana. Somewhere I have heard. I think it's actually Polish, but I'm not sure. So AI content is everywhere. We cannot stop it. It's like trying to stop a steam engine 100 years ago, or electricity, 150 or 60 years ago. It will not happen. AI will be here with us from now on, and we should get used to it, right? The question is how we can differentiate the content, how we can make sure that the content we read, the content we see is actually real or marked, like, okay, this is AI content, this is human content. Like, there must be a way how to check it, right? So one of the tools I'm using for double checking the content I create is called Originality AI. This tool allows you to quickly check if the content is AI generated or not, and also you can check the plagiarism, right? So meaning that you can check if that content is somewhere out, on other website, or is a pretty unique one created by AI, and it has only one version, which is yours. So Originality AI can help you with this one, and I believe that sometimes it's worth to double check if content created by ChatGPT, for example, is unique or is fake, or is triple, or there is 15 another blog post exactly written or written exactly like yours, right? So having duplicate content is one of the showstoppers when you are trying to build any online presence. Google will penalize you, not maybe in a week, but long term is actually doesn't make sense to have plagiarized or duplicate content on your site. So it's better to double check. Originality AI works pretty well. The only downside is that actually it can flag as a AI content the content which you wrote. I did the test on my food blog. Yeah, it actually said correctly, like this content is AI generated. But also when I copy pasted, other recipes which were created by me, they were also flagged as AI. Not maybe in 99% or 100%, but still 80% AI, on a content that was written by me, actually doesn't make sense. So be careful with the results, and when you use Originality AI, make sure that the content, is written well. So adjust it, fact check your blogs and recipes and social media posts, whatever you create with AI, because this is what makes sense. And also yesterday, I have heard that Google is now showing many AI images in a search, and people are already complaining, like, Okay, but how do we know that this image is fake or this image is AI generated? So, in my opinion, soon we will have, when you open a Google and you search for something, or there will be a tab saying AI content. Then it will be differentiated and it will be organized differently than the human-based content. So you will have two results. One is human result, and the second one is AI content. Google is trying to or testing search generated content already in states, but that's not there yet. That's something else, because on one side you can have 10 links organic on a Google when you search for something, and then you can generate the answer with Google Bard, for example, or other tools like ChatGPT. But what I mean is to differentiate the content. So there will be really tabs saying this is human, this is AI. You can choose what you wanna read or see, right? And speaking about fake content and AI models and AI recipes, let's speak now about a new tool called 10web.io, which came to my attention this morning. This tool allows you to build a website in minutes. It's AI based. It's pretty fast, pretty simple, and has a pretty nice pricing, so it will not break your bank, right? And everyone who would like to create or who wants to create a website can do it now in a minute, right? So the only downside of this 10web.io tool is that it actually can replace web developers like myself, right? So I made a living in the past 2 years. I built around 20 websites for clients and also for myself. And now there is a tool which is promising you like building a website in minutes. It can be a normal landing page, it can be a complicated website with many sub pages, or it can be an e-commerce store, right? Which when you build it now, you need to buy a theme, you need to have some design and UX actually knowledge, right? So we need to test the features. You need to pay for hosting, pay for certificates, SSL, and you make your website look nice and make it fast, right? With 10web.io, you do not need to know anything, right? You just insert the prompt. You say like, okay, I would like to create a website for or e-commerce store selling blue t-shirts from alpaca cotton, let's say, and you actually have it in a minute. And when you buy the premium feature, which 10web.io actually has, you can actually speed it up and get the page speed results above 90. At least this is what they are promising. I haven't tested yet, but this is on my list, and I will double check it. But coming back to the first actually point I made, like, will this tool replace humans and web developers? Like, where is the line? Like, on one side I am creating AI content and AI recipes. I do not need to buy the food. I do not need to cook it. I do not need to spend hours of making and styling it up with the props and like lighting and so on. I just go to Midjourney, give it like prompts, and I have the image and created in a couple of minutes. So on the other side, there are tools already replacing me. Like, okay, so where is the line? Like, how to like manage this all AI? And this is actually the last part I want to speak about today, are the moral codes in AI. Like, on one side we are using tools. On the other side, AI is already used in a military world. There are AI drones, like attacking targets and so on. But yeah, that's really crazy. On the third side, I just read a study when like, which confirms that 1 in 5 employed people in United States is already highly exposed to AI, meaning that 1 in 5 person or people will soon lose the job to AI. So will be replaced by AI. And those jobs are mathematicians, web designers, writers and authors, copywriters, proofreaders, translators, like accountants, like everything. All of these jobs can be replaced, by AI tomorrow. All full industries can be replaced, like data analysts, like, manufacturing, proofreading, and even doctors, because, when you have, the basic medical actually advice can be done via AI, right? So it's like, crazy out there. Like, yeah, AI tools are popping up daily. There is many tools, but we need to do something about it, and we need to keep in hands, like somehow, to manage the AI. And also, I mentioned already that AI will stay with us. It's not something will go out. There is no point to lock yourself in Siberia and say like, oh, I don't want to expose myself to AI. I hate AI. But no. What I'm saying is, use AI, leverage the technology because it can save you time. It can help you earn money if you know how. But for that, you need to stay human, right? You need to keep your social skills, and then, learn social skills if there is something you are missing, either communication, either, like meeting people or so on. And most importantly, stay creative, right? This is something AI cannot do. Yeah, ChatGPT can give you ideas, but those are not creative. That's mathematical, like a formula which is based on some kind of code, 010101. That's it. This is how actually, ChatGPT works. It has mathematical reasoning and creates content based on patterns, but it's not creative. Creative job is something we need to, do. We need to create campaigns. We need to, create creative jobs. We need to find a way how to use the technology and, really stay creative. In that way, we can keep our jobs, right? We can do that. Why not? We just need to rebrand ourselves. We need to, figure out and look for new solutions and for new directions. I'm already, you see, I'm already recording podcast because, AI can help me. I already did that a couple of years ago. I created my first AI podcast for my online magazine, but that was not it. It was not me, talking to you like now. So I need to stay creative. I need to, when I talk to clients and when I create trainings, right? That's something I still need to, to put into that project. I need to, be social, right? Creating a webinar, recording it, putting it on YouTube, and then not speak to people is something different. When you do online consulting or online training, you need to stay creative, and also you need to stay human, right? That's the basic. So not everything can be replaced, fortunately for us. And also there are tools in progress, or actually laws in progress, which are coming from European Union. They recently signed an AI Act. This AI Act is actually the first privacy and transparency law in the world, and it will help us to keep the boundaries, or keep AI within some boundaries and within some frame. So people who are using AI are protected. They are not misusing AI, to do frauds and and so on. So I believe that keeping and some morality or moral codes in AI and working with AI, as I do with my food blog, those 3 rules I mentioned earlier, it's very important. Faking it all doesn't make sense. That content is fake. And people will soon recognize it, right? So what makes sense is to, focusing on the things we can influence, which is us as humans. So, yeah, that's it for today. I hope you like this episode about, other opinion and other view on AI than in the first one, when we spoke more about tools and so on. So thank you for the listening. For the next week, I will be exploring new AI related and digital marketing related topics. and stay safe and ciao.